Welcome to Deep Dive AI. If you're into this kind of content, definitely subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this one. And hey, check out our blog in the description for even more details.
Okay, let's just dive right in. At the heart of all the hype, all the excitement around artificial intelligence, there's this one big kind of magical question, right? And today, we're going to unravel it. We're going to pull back the curtain and see exactly how these incredible systems go from being just lines of code to making some seriously complex decisions.
But before we can get into the real nuts and bolts of the how, we've got to get on the same page about the what and the why. I mean, what is AI, really? And why has it suddenly become one of the most game-changing technologies of our lifetime?
So at its core, AI is all about this, trying to make machines that can mimic the way we think. We're not just talking about robots doing the same thing over and over. We're talking about building systems that can sift through tons of information, see patterns, and make choices that, until now, really needed a human brain. Now, this is super important because it clears up a really common mix-up. When we talk about AI today, you know, the stuff in your phone, the AI that helps you shop online, we're talking about narrow AI. It is incredibly powerful, but it's a specialist. General AI, on the other hand, that's the conscious, do-anything intelligence you see in the movies. And for now, that's still just an idea.
So, why should any of this matter to you? Well, because this tech is already changing pretty much everything. It's the engine that's making businesses more efficient, freeing us up to work on more creative stuff. It can spot tiny trends in data we'd never catch ourselves. It personalizes our digital world, and it helps us all make smarter, faster choices. And that whole smarter decisions thing, that's not just some buzzword. It's really happening. A study from Forbes found that a whopping 65% of businesses are already saying AI has improved their decision-making. That's a massive, real-world impact on how business gets done.
All right, so we've got the fundamentals down. Now for the main event. We're going to pop the hood, head inside the engine room, and look at the step-by-step process of how an AI actually learns to do what it does.
It really all boils down to these 5 key steps. It all kicks off with data, then it moves into processing, which spits out some kind of result, and then, this is the really crucial part, it learns from that result to get better. Finally, we have to check its work, for performance and for ethical issues. So let's break that down, starting with the most important ingredient of all, data. You've probably heard this old saying from the computer science world, right? Well, for AI, it is the golden rule. It is everything. The quality of an AI is 100% dependent on the quality of the data you feed it. If your data is messy or biased or just plain wrong, the AI's answers are going to be unreliable. Simple as that.
And this right here just drives that point home. According to Geeks for Geeks, a massive 90%, 90, of all errors in AI systems can be traced right back to bad data. This is exactly why getting the data right from the very beginning is so incredibly critical.
Okay, so once that clean data is ready, it's fed into the brain of the operation. This is where the algorithms, which are really just fancy mathematical instructions, get to work. They crunch through all that data, start identifying patterns, and figure out the rules. This is the thinking part of the process.
In the results of all that thinking? Well, they are literally everywhere you look. The outcomes from AI are the personalized ads you see, the chatbots you talk to for customer service, the movie recommendations you get, and even some amazing medical diagnoses that can actually save lives. But the story doesn't end there. That crucial 4th step is adjustments. See, AI isn't a set-it-and-forget-it kind of thing. As this Gartner stat shows, 80% of AI models in use get updated at least once a month. They are constantly getting new data to learn from, getting smarter and more accurate all the time.
So now that we get the learning process, let's kind of zoom out and look at the different types of AI out there. You can almost think of it like a family tree, showing how AI's abilities have evolved from the really simple stuff to, well, the mind-bendingly speculative.
So on one end, you have reactive machines. They can't make memories. Think of a chess bot that only sees the board right now, not all the moves that came before. Most of the AI we use today is limited memory, learning from the very recent past, like a self-driving car tracking the cars around it. The future is pointing towards theory of mind, where an AI could maybe understand human emotions. And then way, way out there is self-awareness, which for now is still firmly in sci-fi territory. Okay, so we know how AI learns and the different types that exist, but what are the actual technologies, the power tools in the toolbox that make all of this possible? Let's break down the big ones. The most important tool by far is machine learning.
And it comes in 3 main flavors. You've got supervised learning, which is like teaching a kid with flashcards. You show it examples that are already labeled, like what's spam and what isn't. Then there's unsupervised learning, where you just give it a ton of data and say, go find some patterns. And finally, reinforcement learning, which is all about trial and error, like an AI learning to play a video game by getting rewarded for good moves.
And it's not just machine learning. You have other key players. Neural networks, which are basically designed to mimic the human brain, are what power the really complex, deep learning stuff. Then you have the tools that give AI its senses. Computer vision is its eyes, letting it see and understand images. Natural language processing gives it ears to listen and a voice to speak. And of course, robotics gives AI a body to actually move around and interact with the world.
Whew, we have covered a lot of ground on how AI actually works. So let's wrap this up by looking forward. What does the future hold? And maybe more importantly, what does all of this mean for you?
So the road ahead looks pretty exciting. We're seeing trends like no-code tools that are making AI accessible to pretty much everyone. But it also comes with some really serious challenges. We have to figure out things like data privacy. We have to make sure our algorithms are fair and unbiased. And we've got to make sure people have the skills to keep up.
And make no mistake about it, this future is coming fast. Gartner is predicting that by 2026, 80% of businesses will be using AI. This technology isn't just on the horizon anymore. It's here, and it's weaving itself into the very fabric of our economy.
So I guess the crucial takeaway is this. AI is moving from being something that just happens to us to becoming a tool that we can use. The real conversation is shifting. Like this slide says, the question isn't if AI will change your world anymore. The real question is, how are you going to change the world with it? Hopefully this explainer has given you a better handle on the tools you'll have to do just that. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and for more details, check out our blog in the description.